on, right hand. Wax off, left hand. Wax on, wax off. Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we have the Saturday night press conference, so just calm it down. And today's going to be a good one for a change, okay? But I know tomorrow's going to be a bad one, so we might as well enjoy the good one while we don't have the bad one. Okay, just calm it down. Let's get into the games. Now, before I continue, I have a small announcement, okay? Now, there's a young man that's been messaging me a lot, okay? And we've sort of become friends. Now, his name is Max. Now, last week, this young man, and he's only 14 years old, this Max, and I didn't know this. I thought he was a grown-up, okay? Just coming down. He talks like a grown-up. I thought he was an old man, but he's only 14 years old, and he's been messaging me. And last week, he got a really high score, like top 100 high score. He had a massive score. And he was going to appear on our Richmond forum with a little photo of himself on our banner. Okay, that's what we do to the top 3 high scorers. So, and I asked him, I said to him, I need your photo for our banner. He said he would love to come on the banner, but he can't. I said, why? Why can't you go on the banner? He said, because I'm only 14 years old. I said, are you kidding me? You're 14? If I knew this, I would have treated him differently. I would have helped him more. Okay, I didn't know. So, sorry, Max, if I didn't help you enough. If I knew this, I would have helped you a lot more. So, if you have any more questions, I'm always there for you now, okay? Now, this Max has a younger brother. His name is Sam. Now, Sam is 11 years old. He watches he hasn't missed one episode of my program. He's my hero. Sam, if you're watching now, you're my hero. Okay, just come there, Sam. Okay, don't tell your dad, okay? Because I know Sam last week, when he heard Max's name, he got excited. Told his dad, he told the whole family that Max's name has appeared on my YouTube channel. Well, Sam, now it's your turn. You've appeared on my channel and you're my hero. Just come down. Now, let's continue. We start off first with the Richmond versus West Coast game. Now, the last time Richmond won a game, I didn't have grey hair. It's been that long. I can't remember the last time we won a game. It's become like that now. Just come down. Anyway, in this game, Shai Bolton is gone 152, but the main man we were worried about here was Tim Taranto. I put the VC on him, and I put it then. He was not going too well at quarter time. He was actually going to go very bad. He was on 15 points at quarter time. It was disaster. And then I put a tweet out, just coming down. In that tweet, I said, Taranto, do something. You're playing against West Coast and not Geelong. He was terrible in the first quarter, but then he saw me smashing the guitar. He bounced back. He came back hard. I even prepared him for the game day. I was getting excited. I was telling him how to play. He didn't listen in the first quarter, but then he came back strong. Let's continue. Now, in this game, Supercoach relevant, there's Hopper. He scored 111. I couldn't believe it. Was this the same person that scored 70 last week? Well, I'm glad he scored 111. Maybe it's because I told him that he's going to be a keeper till the bye rounds. He got excited. So anyway, he scored 111. Good boy, Hopper. Okay. Now, my biggest regret this year is not getting Samson Ryan. And I'm a Richmond supporter. I didn't think he was going to go like this. 104. Now, he scored 104 against West Coast. Imagine if our boy Soldo played, how much he would have scored. He would have gone 150. But anyway, Samson Ryan had a big game, scored 104. And I was very happy for him and for his owners. If you've got him, you've done so well. He's going to make serious cash. Now, let's keep going. Well, between the two ruckmen, Ben Miller scored 90. Ryan scored 104. That's 190 points between two ruckmen. 51 hitouts to 20. Actually, Williams had 28 hitouts. That's not bad. He scored 94 himself. Anyway, Supercoach relevant. Who else was there? Let's have a look. There's actually nobody else. Short, we've already said passed on him now. He's no good. His role is still iffy. Sometimes in the forward line, sometimes in defence. Rioli, 74, didn't do enough. Now, Liam Baker bounced back. because I noticed that the shorts went more to the midfield. So this week Baker had his rollback. So they just change. Baker's role is never guaranteed. He's Mr. Fix-It, okay? But looks like he's got that back roll again, so I don't know what he's got now. Anyway, that's it for Richmond. There was nothing else, no one else of interest in this at the club. Now, at West Coast, was there anyone of interest? Well, Dom Sheed is a good cheap option, 115. And let's have a look at his price. Okay, he's priced at 365k. His scores have just been in the 80s, so nothing spectacular. Well, high 80s, so close to 90. So he's doing okay. He's very consistent. And this week he went 100 and what did he do? 115 or something. He's still in 2% of teams, which is a shock. They're probably not playing Supercoach anymore. That's probably why he's in those teams. Surely the teams that have him wouldn't have kept him this long. And he's going to go up maybe. How much did he make? 140, maybe 30k. So it could be about 400k. So if you want Dom Sheet at 400k, is there available? Because this is if you want to go to the $2 shop and do some shopping there, just come down. All right, let's continue. Now, other players to take note of is Tim Kelly, scored 100. Some people have him in their teams. Oscar Allen, it's actually a low score for him. He kicked 4 goals. Had 12 kicks, 3 handballs. They're good. They're high disposals for a full forward. 15 touches, and 88 points. I'm actually shocked. That's like a 110 game. So yeah, he didn't score maybe because he went at 60%. Still got 4 goals though. So I was shocked at that score of 88. Now Barras, some people have him 73. It took a lot of intercept marks. I thought it was a lot more than that, but scored 73. Probably went quiet in the second half. But yeah, that's about it. And was there any rookies? Had the rookies go? Let's have a look at the rookies. Ginby, 61. He's been disappointing since the first 2 or 3 rounds. Yeah, not good enough. If you've still got him, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's time to go. Just come down. And that's about it. There's Zane True was a sub. I don't even know much about him. I don't know if he's a rookie or not. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the next game. The next game was the Geelong versus Adelaide game. Now at Geelong, I was going to bring Blickhalves. I was going to bring him in if some can recall, but I changed my mind last minute. Went gone. Blickhalves, he did well. 113. Tom Stewart. He did okay, 99. He was tagged in the first quarter, but still, the tag wasn't there for long, and he was looking like a much better score than 99, but only scored 99. I don't think that was enough for him. Now, Max Holmes, I want to point something out. Let me show you something. Max Holmes, if you started with him, he's made you 112k, so it was 360k. He would have made you 112k, had to break even at 69, and his scores have been not bad. He's only had 2 bad scores, and virtually, if you count 96 and above, let's say just to say they're hundreds, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus this week. That's 600s in 8 games. So he's actually been not bad. He's probably been the pick of the bunch out of the 300k players, but it didn't show that in the first 3 rounds. He's starting to show it now, and it's probably too late because not many people have him. How many people own him? 4%. So the 4% that own him are doing well. Too late to jump on now, okay? But if you do own him, you've done good. All right, let's continue. Who else? Who else was there at Geelong? Duncan came back. Hawkins, 91. That's a low score for him, considering what he did last week. Only scored 1 goal too. It's amazing. 1 goal too. 8 kicks, 6 handballs. Scores a 91 compared to Oscar Allen, who kicked 4 goals and scored 88. Obviously, Tom Hawkins might have had some goal assists, which would have helped. Segler came in this week, scored 90, but is irrelevant for Supercoach. Ratagalia, 88, if you got him, did well. Simpson, now this is a talking point now. Simpson was on 60 points or 59 points at half time. Actually, he was on about 62 points. Then he got scaled down to 59. Now, Simpson, after half, he had 7 disposals at the time, I think it was, or 9. I can't remember. But anyway, where is he? Simpson. He had 7. He finished with 9 disposals. That's not much. Kicked 2 goals, 9 disposals, 66 points. He's not a high disposal player. If he didn't kick those 2 goals, what would his score be? I wonder. Okay, so he needs goals to score points. Otherwise, he's not one of those players that will score a lot of points. So you just gotta, if you got him on field, you just gotta hope that he kicks goals for you. And Danger, some people have him. Let's see how many own Danger. Let's have a look. He's in 5% of teams, and unfortunately, he's done a hammy. Okay, so it could be a 2-week or 3-weeker. I doubt it if we see him any earlier than that. And that's just before his bye round. He'll come back. So if it's a 3-week hammy, you can't hold him. Has to go. If it's a 2-week hammy, then you got to make a decision. Do you hold him or not? Anyway, let's continue. Who else was there at Geelong? And Braun, back to 54 again. Braun's doing the Braun stuff. 53% disposal efficiency. He's a no goods. And that's it. That's it for Geelong. And Oliver Dempsey, I think he's a rookie. I'm not sure. Actually, it doesn't matter. We're not going to get him anyways. It doesn't matter. Let's go over to Adelaide now. Now, at Adelaide, Dawson, he was on like 90 at half time or something crazy, or 80 or whatever. It was a high score, 85 I think. And I was bleeding. I said, why didn't I captain Dawson? Or vice captain Dawson? Why did I have to pick Taranto? I was so upset. Actually ended up being the same thing anyway. He scored a 122 and probably 122. I would have taken it. Thank God I didn't. Okay, you'll see why in a minute. Now Laird scored 102. He's not scoring this year. What's wrong with him? Let's have a look at his break even. He had a break even of 136. Scored a 102. So that's 34 points difference. It's about 15k drop again. They're about 618, 619k next week. He's going to drop more, down 85k now from starting price. And I'm still not going to get him. That's unbelievable. How cheap is he now? What's he scored? I mean, he's going okay. It's a 50 first round, a 147, a 114, 97, 135, 126, 100, and another 100 this week. It's okay, but it's not okay. Okay, it's not enough, especially for a 700k play. If you pay 700k for him, these are disappointing scores. Realistically, only 2 captain scores. 2 in 8 games. 135 and a 147. That's terrible. Maybe a third one if you took the 126, but just not good enough for 700k. That's disaster. Anyway, let's continue. Back to Adelaide. Now, we talked about Laird. Now, Saligo is having a huge run now. He's running hot. He got subbed off last week. He scored an 88. Who else is there? But I don't think I'll get Saligo as a winger. I'm not a big fan of wingers, because you can see what happens with wingers. Last week, Jones went nuts. This week, only 65. They go up and down. Their scores are inconsistent. And Rochelle, 29. Are you kidding me? I got him in my draft team. 29. Okay, his price is going to hit rock bottom. Only 8 touches. He had a shocker. I don't think many people own him, but that's pretty bad. Anyway, let's move over to the next game. We go over to Gold Coast versus Melbourne. Okay, now at Gold Coast, there's a boy by the name of Noah Anderson. 189 Supercoach points. And not only 189 against West Coast or someone like Richmond, this is against Melbourne, who have the Olivers and the Petrarcas and the best 2 ruckmen. How do you do that? Let's have a look at his price and what it's going to be. Let's have a look. He's going to go up by about 45k. So he's going to be about 600k next week. And that's going to be cheap, because that 189 and a 144, which he scored last week, are in his scoring cycle. All this has happened since Took Miller's gone out. This is crazy. has a round 13 bye as well. Now, for those people, how many people brought him in? Well, how many people have him? Only 1% of people own him. 2,602. One of my mates put the vice captain on him. It's incredible. He's so happy. Now, 600k. Who would you get for 600k? Would you pay 600k and get Anderson, or would you rather get an Oliver or a Laird? Laird about 615k, Oliver about 630k. Which one would you pick? I might actually pick Anderson. He looks so good. The way he was stealing the ball off Oliver, running past him, no one does that to Oliver. So, yeah, something to consider next week during your trades. 600k, you get a Noah Anderson. Anyway, let's continue, because after next week, he's not going to be 600k no more. He's going to be about 650k. His price is going to skyrocket. So it's your last chance to get him cheap. Anyway, let's take a look who else was there at Suns. Now, Powell scored a 104. Some people picked him up. They did well. He looks so good as well. Powell, Anderson, these Gold Coast players are looking good. Rowell scored 85. It's not enough. 14 kicks, 4 handballs, only 18 touches compared to Anderson, 37 touches. You want opportunity. 81% disposal efficiency. That's unheard of. Kicked the goal as well. 6 tackles. He's a machine. Fiorini, we talked about 300k. Scored at 81. Scored a 100 last week. I don't think that's enough. Okay, plays in a position that we don't like. Plays on that wing position. Also, we have Flanders that came in. He got subbed out. But anyway, Flanders scored a 41. Yeah, that's about it. Our boy, new rookie, Tsitsipas, scored 13 points. He's not going to make much cash if he continues playing. Now, there's one young man we're keeping an eye on. Who was it? Atkins. Well, we don't keep an eye on him no more. Okay, 68. He didn't do enough. 200k player, but not worth it. So let's ignore Atkins. Anyway, and Witts. If you got Witts, he actually did good. This is against the 2 best ruckmen in the competition, Gawn and Grundy. He scored a 115. That's not bad. All right. He was actually beating Gawn, but Grundy was beating him. So looks like Grundy's more the stronger ruckman out of the 2 of them. But anyway, he did good. 115. It's not too bad. Okay, let's move over now. Actually, Ben King, some people have him. He had a very low break-even. It was actually a negative break-even. Scored 49. He couldn't match his effort against Richmond, which was over 100 last week. Actually, that's because he kicked 2 goals. It's not enough. Okay, let's go to Melbourne now. Now, Oliver scored 136. His break-even was 140, so he's lost 2k, which is nothing, okay? But most people would have vice-captained or captained him, and they'd be happy with 136. You can't complain about that. Now, Gawn, we picked him up last week, 500k, scored 130, all right? But at quarter time, it was disaster, okay? Let me show you something. Gawn was on I think 15 points, something like this. Actually, no, it was 12 points. He was on 12 points at quarter time. 12 points. So I had to smash the guitar again. I got so upset. And once I smashed the guitar, he scored 50 points in 10 minutes. It was incredible. He was waiting for me to smash another guitar, just come down. Anyway, let's read some of the comments. What have you decided? Oh, that's a Taranto story. Okay, that's another story. We'll talk about that later on. And you'd be up on about 50 points in 10 minutes from JM, correct? He did something. He did. Lewis says, I love Gawn. Matthew, Will Powell's gone missing in a second. Do something. Well, Will Powell did go, because Will Powell was on fire in the first half. John T says, holding Grundy this round really seemed like a Gawn conclusion, you would say. Well, he was wrong. Anyway, actually, Grundy, he had a shocker. I think I jinxed him. I'll show you what I did to Grundy. I did it deliberately too. It's just coming down. Now, Steve-O, he says, Go on, just come down. You're doing too much of something for me to trade you in next week. Looks like Steve wants to get him in next week. The Duke asking me if I can rev up the track. Well, actually, how much did the track score? We'll have a look at it in a minute. Shane says he answered my call. He did. Sam Pirani says he's doing something. And Romy says he's on fire. He went on fire straight away. Everyone was happy. All the goal owners were very, very happy. Just coming down. Now let's continue. Now in the first 10 minutes of the game, Grundy was on 38 points. 38 in 10 minutes. I was so upset. I just got rid of him. But luckily, I jinxed him. Just coming down. Okay, so it says, of course, Grundy's going nuts. I had to stop it. And it stopped. Okay, just coming down. Let's continue. Now, Petrarca, 122. He did go nuts. Okay, must have started slow. I wasn't watching Petrarca. I was too busy watching Gorn. Now, Brayshaw, 98. 24 touches. Looks like he might be back in the midfield. We're going to have a look at his charts during the week. Could be back in that midfield again. But I wouldn't trust because you never know with him. Another player of interest is Pickett. He was on fire early on. Sort of stopped. Another player you just can't trust. Small forward. Playing for Melbourne, it's a good thing, but you just can't trust. Grundy, 60 points. Luckily, we don't have him. I would have smashed so many guitars if I had him. He only scored 22 points after I put that tweet out. That's how bad it was. And that was after the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. Chandler, 57. That's for the owners that had him on field. They wouldn't be happy with that. I mean, you can always say 57 is acceptable for a rookie, but you really don't want 57s. You put him out there hoping he'd get about 80 plus. So that was disappointing. Van Rooyen scored 48. He looked good in the first 10 minutes of the game. He was on 30 plus. He stopped as well. 18 points. Rest of the game after the first 10 minutes, he was absolutely silent. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Melbourne. There was nothing else. Is there anyone else here of interest? I can't think of McVee if you still got him. 62 is not bad. But that's pretty much it. Okay, let's go to the next game. And I didn't watch this game, so I have no idea how they played. Okay, I didn't watch not even a minute of this game. Because I was too busy watching my captain play, which I'll talk about in a minute. Now, Brayshaw looks like he's back. Actually, how much is his price now? Because that's his rock bottom now, I think. That's the end of his cheap Brayshaws. Let's have a look how much he is now. Well, his break-even was 104. Scored a 148. That's 40. Say about 20k increase. So it's about 530k if you want Brayshaw. Now, whatever his scores, that was his best score for the year. All right, his only vice-captain score as well. Hasn't shown enough. Do you get him in now? Well, that's a decision you have to make. During the week, he said he's injury-free now. He's running around normal. So maybe he is back. But then again, he plays against coming up opponents, Sydney, Geelong, Melbourne. Okay, so do you really want to get him in? These are tough midfields. Then he has an easy game against Richmond. Okay, just coming down. And then it's the GWS, who's actually not... Well, the Bont scored well against him, so it's another easy opponent. Actually has easy games coming up. 3 tough games, 3 easy games. You might even be able to get him after the bye if you really want him. Anyway, that's something you can decide, but there's better players than him available, but not at that price. 530 is a good price. All right, let's continue. Now, where are we? Luke Ryan, very consistent. Scored a 109. He's at that range, 109, 110. He just Mr. Consistent. Now, Sarong, 105. Those 140s, they're gone. They haven't appeared for a while. 2 weeks in a row now at the 100 mark. Young is still going at 95. He's doing well. Cox is back at 95 as well. The big one here is Sean Darcy, Shrek. He was on 22 points at halftime, or 24 points, something like that. He didn't do much more. He scored 50 more points. It's not like he set the world on fire to get to 77. But that's not good for a ruckman, okay? 77 for Sean Darcy. Actually, Luke Jackson outscored him. Scored 126. 3 hitouts, 38 hits. So obviously Darcy was the ruckman. And against Reeves, scored 16 hitouts and 20. Meek actually beat him from the looks of it. But anyway, I didn't watch the game. Now, is there anyone else of interest? Well, there is. Well, Nat Fife scored 25. Came on late in the third quarter. Had 10 touches. Scored a 25. It's not bad. Kicked the goal as well. Now, I don't know if anyone's going to be interested, but if his price drops... Actually, let's have a look at his price. Okay, well, he scored 26 in round 1 and 25 now. He's going to have a massive price drop, okay? Now, we just need another low score next week, and that price of 313 might drop all the way down to about 200k eventually. So you can pick up a Nat 5 for about 200k if he continues to be the sub. He might be a good pickup because he's not going to be sub forever. And a 200k as a mid-forward eligibility, he'll be a perfect rolling player that can play all your some of your buy rounds as well. He might be a good get. Let's keep an eye on Nat 5 now. Just come on down, everybody. 200k for Nat 5 or 250. That's peanuts. All right, let's continue. Let's move over to the Hawks. Okay, now, we mentioned Meek had a big game, and this time Reeves didn't have a big game, okay? But Will Day, 84 points. I didn't watch the game, but that's not enough, okay? That's disappointing, actually. We were hoping for 100, but it's only 16 points, so it's not that bad. Not the end of the world, okay? Just coming down. Dylan Moore, 74. I was actually... start of the year, I was expecting big scores from Moore. Okay, so 74. It's actually disappointing. He's been very disappointing this year. Now, Warple, 68. At half time, he was looking good because I was looking at the scores. Okay, but obviously he stopped. Sicily, 63. That's unbelievable. We thought he's coming back. I told the owners, owning Sicily is a nightmare, okay? He's either going to get a massive or not. He's lots of kick-ins. So you don't get any kick-ins from Sicily. Or he might have taken a few, I'm not sure. You need him to... last week he had a big score. He kicked a goal in that score. Sicily, something's happened to him, okay? He'll be cheap again. Let's have a look at his price. His break-even was 77. He couldn't get it. Scored 63. He'll drop about 6k. He'll be about 530k next week. 530k plus... look at his scores. They're not that bad. Just one shocker this week. And he plays Melbourne next week. Then he plays West Coast. So he's going to have that 60 in his rolling average now for 2 more games. He'll have it against Melbourne and West Coast. So if you do want to pick him up, good time to get him. It will be the second Kilda game. He might even drop down to about 500k. Unheard of. Okay, let's continue. Who else is there at Hawthorn? What else happened in this game? A rookie here, Mitchell, scored 54. It's not bad. He's going to make some cash. He's not going to make a lot of cash, but it's better than nothing. Let's just hope he continues playing. Hope he played well. I didn't watch it. Now, there's another rookie on the bubble next week, Weedle. He scored 54. That's not too bad either. That's the same thing as Mitchell. Let's hope he gets a game so we can get him in. He's 130k. He's not too bad. And that's pretty much it. And Green, he got subbed out. I hope you traded him out. His break-even was 61, which was hard to achieve. He missed it, okay, by a lot. He's going to drop about 20k now. So if you got rid of him, you did good. If you kept him, it's going to be a 20k loss. And trust me, it's going to get worse. Because now his break-even is going to be really high. So you have to get rid of him next week if you haven't got rid of him already. All right, let's continue. We go over to the GWS and the Bulldogs game. Now, Tom Green, he went nuts. He was going okay. He not like he was going nuts. He had 38 touches. That's a lot of touches. And just imagine, he had 38 touches similar to what Anderson had. But Anderson scored a 179. Keep in mind, Green scored 3 goals, but Anderson is just class, whereas Green is just a grunt, okay? He hard ball getter, okay? A lot of handballs and opens up the play, but by doing a lot of the grunt work, his disposal efficiency drops. So, scored a 135. That's possibly his best score for the year. Okay, so and that's coming from 130 last week. So 2 good weeks back to back. He's back in form. Now, my boy Josh Kelly, I couldn't believe it. In the rain, he scored a 129. He got sick of cleaning up all the garbage this week on the streets. He didn't want to do no more. So 129, I'm very happy. I couldn't believe it. We go down. Whitfield, 2 weeks back to back, scored 100. He's got defensive DPP. How much is Whitfield if you're interested? Could be a cheap bargain for you if you want to get him. If you want to take the risk, let's have a look at his price. Okay, Whitfield's break-even was 70, scored 100, made probably an extra 15k on top. So it's going to be about 445k just say for Whitfield. That's a good price. Okay, so if you're looking to shop at Footscray Markets or Sunshine Markets, Whitfield could be a good get. 445k, has DPP as well, defender mid. So if you're on a budget, he could be your boy. Last 2 weeks, he's come up 106 and a 102. It's not like he's going to set the world on fire because scores before that, he's got the same role, hasn't changed. Nothing has changed except he's going in harder now. So maybe he's catching some form. He's actually kicking the ball straight for a change. Anyway, let's continue. Now, those of you that have Buckley, you've done so well, okay? Another 99. I know a friend of mine got Buckley at 200k. What a pickup, okay? So, Buckley, you could hold him as virtually as your D6, last player to take out. He's better than Setterfield. 200k for Buckley, it's unheard of. Anyway, let's keep going down. Coniglios, 79. Well, I sort of expected this. He doesn't like the wet weather, okay? It's his hair, okay? His hair gets ruined. He doesn't like the bad. He likes it to be nice and sunshine, okay? Just coming down. So he scored a 79. I wasn't happy. Now, Himmelberg, he's doing better than before, but he's not doing enough still. He's getting a bit of ruck time, but he just plays forward and ruck. Doesn't play in defence. So it's a pass still, okay? Himmelberg's still a pass. Callahan, back to his normal stuff now, 59. He didn't do enough. Now, the interesting one here is Angwin, okay? Scored a 33, but he got injured. He did his ankle. Now, I don't know how bad it was. I heard the F word. Well, I can lip read, okay? Just coming down. I saw it when they were touching his ankle. He used the F word. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Anyway, I told my boys, do not swear, but he swore. Anyway, he used the F word and scored a 33. Hopefully you didn't have him on field, okay? He's not a player that you put on field. You probably did put him on field when you saw your other rookie score about 48, and that's fair enough. It's worth the gamble, but you probably lost 15 points. It's not a lot. Anyway, he didn't do enough. And Cadman, which is a rookie, let's have a look at his price. He scored 15. He's going to be really cheap now. What's he going down to? Cadman's scores this year have been less than impressive, okay? 31, 36, 15, and now another 15. He has 2 15s in his scoring cycle. Oh my God. That's price of 178. He's going to lose 12, probably another 12, 24k. He's going to be there at 150k. So, and just wait, he'll be down at 120. Okay, Cadman's going to go down at 120k. You can actually pick him up for 120k soon. You could actually put him on the bench, and he might eventually kick 3 or 4 goals, and then his price will start again. But don't do it now. Just wait. But there's another rookie coming, Cadman, because it looks like GWS are still going to play him. So we might have another rookie available soon. Just keep a watch on him. Okay, let's continue. What else happened in this game? Oh, actually, that's it for GWS. Let's move over now to the Bulldogs. Okay, the Bontempelli, 164. Now, I was making a decision. Let me show you. Now, my good friend, the Supercoach Potato, put up a tweet. He said he's going to take 120 as captain. Now, I agreed with him. I was going to do the same thing. I was going to take the one because last week you saw what happened to me. Bond scored 122. I didn't take it. and then my captain failed. So I thought I was going to do the same thing. Be safe. Just take the 120. But the problem was, he wasn't on 120. He was on 119. Now, you got to set a limit somewhere. It's got to be 120 or 119, okay? So I said, me too. And he's on 119. I don't believe it, because I wasn't going to take 119. It was going to be 120 or nothing. And I also decided if Oliver went under 130, I was going to take the 118, okay? Because I was going to lose 12 points from most people that captained Oliver. But Oliver went 140. I didn't want to lose 22 points. So I said, no, I'm going to go for it now. I'm going for the Bont. And boy, was I happy just coming down. Well, the Bont scored 164. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. So I put up a tweet. I wanted to see who the happy people were. I didn't want to be happy by myself. I wanted people to be happy with me. Share the happiness. Just coming down. So I put up a tweet. I said, who has the VC or C on the Bont? I said, just come down. Let's have a look who had it. Okay, we had a lot of responses. Okay. Charlie asked if I did. I said, yes, maybe. Okay. Michakos, my friend here, says second halves have been disappointing again. Well, he wasn't too bad, okay? He actually did okay. What did he score second half? About 70 points. That's not bad, okay? We're happy with that. Harrison, the Sion Bonds, after passing on Taranto, making up for Dangerfield injury. Oh, he had danger. Sorry, poor boy. Okay. Peter, C41, he had him as well. Good boy. Supercoach HJs, he's so happy. Look how happy he is. Just come on down, Supercoach HJ. Now, Michael, he said, I've got him. Michael's a happy man. The Instigator, 59. Okay, what has he said? He said, Bontum Smelly with the C on him. Go, you good thing. Just come down. Now, the Duff Man, he said, I had the C on him and decided to put on Darcy just before the bounce. You didn't. Don't tell me you did that, Duff Man. Just come down. And the big fella, Supercoach, he had it on Brayshaw. Well, Brayshaw did okay. That's actually if you had it on Brayshaw, that's a miracle that he scored so well for you. My friend here, Matthew, okay, he said, not me. Why would I captain Bond when I can captain English in the rain? Well, no comment. But actually, English took a lot of marks in the rain. He actually did okay. It wasn't too bad, okay. And my friend here, John T, he said, I did, and the guitar isn't being smashed for a change. It's playing like an epic solo catching on fire. His guitar's on fire. Just coming down, John T. Now, Reese says, GWS trolling. They said they were going to put attention into Bont, so I went English. Still happy with English at school, but that's correct. That's what they said. And if I had English, I probably would have done the same thing. They were trolling. They didn't even go near him. I think he had the smellies on. Okay. Anyway, we won't talk about the smellies now. Hexorcism. He's having a party. He had him as well. Now, Lawrence, he got spooked after they said he's going to tag him. Same thing. So he captained Cogs. Oh, my God. Poor thing. He thought he would stand there with no Toby. And he wants to cry. Actually, unfortunately, Cogs played a little bit of forward as well with no Toby. So that's probably the reason why Cogs was so bad. Plus the rain. His hair gets messed up. Okay, just coming down. Now, Sly Sparks, he's crying. I just realised I had Samson on the bench and Rest on field. Well, it wasn't too bad. You probably lost about 12 points. Just coming down. Okay, Phil Thomas, captain after not taking Taranto. Same like me, Phil, good man. Now, Captain Plugwash shows me here. He's got the Bonds captain. Good boy. Now, Shane, captain for me as well. Bevo probably sits him forward most of the last. Well, he didn't play him forward. He actually did, but not much. It wasn't too bad. Now, Nick, he said, had VC on Oliver after Taranto VC. Well, it was a good choice. You did a good thing. Now, Sam Parani, he said, listen to this one now. He accidentally missed out on Oliver's VC because he was too busy cooking steak. But the steak turned out good, and so did the C on Bond. Just come down. It's become a Ferrari now. Now, my friend here, Kate, she was so upset. I felt so bad earlier when Taranto was playing. She couldn't watch the game. She was so disappointed. But look what happened. She says, I had to see on him. Didn't keep the VC score from Taranto. She's so happy now. Just coming down, Kate. Now, Sean says, yeah, I did. Also, with no Toby Green made me even more happier and confident. Good boy, Sean. Now, the Bolognese detective. Okay, Basil Hammett. Took it off 5 minutes before the bounce. I put on Darcy. Don't have you done the same thing. He says, I have zero reason to continue this game. Don't worry, Bolognese Detective. You're doing good, okay? It could have been the other way around. Now, Nini Pastax, he's actually a funny boy, this boy. Okay, he says, who does not have the bond and is smashing guitars? That's what he's asking now. And that's all their comments. Let's continue. Now, Bailey Smith scored a 109. He's got forward. Has he got forward DPP yet? Let's have a look. He does. Bailey Smith has forward and mid DPP. So Bailey Smith 109. You can get him as a forward. It's not too bad. What's he been scoring? Let's have a look. What has he been doing this year? I had him last year. It was disaster. Okay, well, there you go. Well, that was his first game back. Actually, last week he scored 103. It's not too bad. 103, 109. It's not bad. It's okay. How much did he price at? 497k. If he scored it's about 500k. It's actually a good price. How much did he starting? What was his starting price? 550k. So you get him cheaper than what his starting price was. Anyway, let's continue. Who else was there? McRae, 88. He was on 24 at half time, so he came back strong. Libba scored another 100. Libba's a gun. Okay, he's just a jet. Caleb Daniel, 82. Ed Richards, 83. I mean, they're good scores, but they're not good enough. Now, if you've got Trelaw, he got injured. Danahami didn't look that good at all. So, minimum 3 weeks, I'd say. It could be longer. Depends how bad it is. Now, who else is there? Bailey Dale, another disappointing game, 59. He's having a shocker. It's the worst I've ever seen him play. What's he priced at? Let's have a look at his price. I can't believe this. Let's just say he scored at 60. That's 62. That's another 30k drop. He'll be 436k. That's a 120k drop from his starting price. And you know something? I prefer to have Semeniti playing than him. Only two times he's cracked 100. Twice in 8 games, cracked it twice. That's unbelievable. He's a rookie now. He's like a rookie. He's terrible. All right, let's continue. Who else was there? Now, speaking of rookies, there was Oscar Baker, scored a 50. I mean, it's not enough, okay? If you still got him, I mean, I got rid of him a long time ago. Liam Jones, 41. That's not enough as well. Yeah, there's the bad scores from the rookies. Some people still have these rookies on field. You have to get rid of these rookies. They have to go. You can't have these rookies on your field anymore. Eventually, you have to get rid of them all. Okay, they're weighing your team down. Okay, just calm it down and try to dispose of them all. All right, let's continue. Now, my team is projected 24-37. Now, I know, and you know, and the Supercoach gods know, I'm not going to get that, okay? I'm going to lose another 400 points like I did last week. Because last week, I was projected 2,600 on the Saturday night. I got nowhere near it. I lost 400 points. So I'm expecting a big drop again in points. But who's left to play? Let's have a look. We have Zach Merritt projected to score 100. Setterfield, the Spud, okay, is supposed to score 78. I don't think he'll get 78. I'll be lucky if he gets 50. We've got Marshall, who's going to score 100. He'll probably get that. Zeb will probably get his 90. Okay, so we got 3 out of 4 that might get their projected scores. Rosie is projected 119, so he probably won't get that. Dacos 110, probably got a tag, and it looks like he might be injured, so he probably won't get his 110. Goulden might get his 84. Sinclair should get his 99. And Cheezels should get his 98. So we could be close. Okay, could be close. Anyway, that's it with our team. Okay, let's see what happens. Just calm it down. Now, let's just hope that everyone has a happy Sunday this week. Let's make it a Max Sunday deal. Okay, happy Sunday to everybody. Let's hope that all your players outperform their projected scores and go nuts. Okay, all of them. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.